Good morning, hope you're all well. And again, welcome to Westwood Pub. What are we up to here? So we've got some bits and pieces going on at the moment. So currently we've got fish in the garage are in quarantine, and we have fish in pond 3 that are in quarantine as well. So these came in approximately 2 weeks ago from Mohiro, which are in here, and Marasai, which are up the top. Quickly show you these, because these are like puppies, and these are coming on really well now, these I'm so sure. So you can see they're itching for food all the time. These are getting fed about 7 times a day at the moment, and even if I was to chuck food in there, they'd be straight on it. So obviously these are in quarantine. These have gone through the first stage of quarantine. So these were settled for 2 or 3 days. And then what happens then is our process here is to have 2 weeks of heating. Then we drop the heat down. Do a couple of scrapes on the fish, on the up and then on the down. And then what we do then is we'll introduce fish from other tanks to see what we can bring out, if anything. Our quarantine is normally about 6 weeks, so it's quite long. But trust me, when they come out, I mean, when these come in, these were quite thin, and a couple of them had got a few marks on from transport damage as well. It's like that one there. See, it's got still got a bit of damage on its tail. Apart from that, all pretty good in here, to be fair. These are really good. These won't be available until probably the back end of June, because these didn't come in until the 10th of May. So that's that. Obviously there's a lot of outbreaks in there, so you can appreciate why the water's green. But just to prove, so I'm feeding these a mix, but one of the mixes that we're feeding them is the aqua food, and feeding them basically the 6 mil. Just to show you. So feeding them the 6 mil. So 2 seconds. So this is the 6 mil, and obviously there's it's about 25, 30 grams in there, give or take a little bit. I'll just show you this, I'll just put a little bit in. Now bear in mind, these have already been fed today. Some cracky fish in here. Very cracky fish. So bearing in mind, you can see I've only put less than a quarter of it in. And then what I'll do with these then is I'll come back in about an hour, and then I'll see how they're going on. Like I said, they get fed out the Aquaforte feeder, and that gets fed 8 times a day, give or take a little bit. Obviously it's usually tubey up the top, and then obviously this is a natural UV light that's in here. I'll say natural, but it's one of the more expensive ones that produce the UV light to give these the benefits, and you can see you can benefit that straight away. And then obviously we've got the heating up there as well. So we're heating these currently at 24 degrees. So these will sit now 24 degrees for 2 weeks. And then what happens is all the doors, all the windows and everything gets opened, and then they get chilled straight down. And then obviously that's got a chill on it as well, so we chill that down. These will get chilled down then to ambient. And these will be held in for a week, and then like we say, what we'll do then is we'll throw in fish from naive fish from everywhere else. We'll throw them in and see if we can bring anything out. Sometimes that's got its positives, sometimes it's got its negatives. So it is what it is. So also what we do here, quite regular, so I'll come out now into the sun. Leave it nice and sunny as well. So what we do here as well from time to time is just check everything, look at everything, make sure everything's right. These are doing really well as well. So these are doing cracking in here. Nice fish in here, very nice fish. Some of the stuff that are originally that came in from Marasai are in here as well. So they're doing alright. I use scaffolding netting on these. mainly because the amount of leaves and stuff that come in. So you can see the debris on these quite fine. Debris on here is quite fine, look, as you can see. So obviously what that netting's doing, it's stopping that from coming in. So that's why I use scaffolding netting, and to be fair, it's a damn sight cheaper than the standard netting we put on the ponds. Yes, it might look a little bit ugly, okay, I'll get that, but you know, you can see all the fish and everything in here. So these at the moment, these are currently back in treatment. So none of these are in here for sale at all, because these are in treatment here. Tamasabas. So that's with the scaffolding netting on. That's without the scaffolding net on, and I'm constantly getting all that out of there. Now, a lot of people are asking me as well, how's the surge filters and stuff coming on? So obviously everything's starting to mature around here now, so I'll show you this. So you can see everything's maturing, doing well. So what happens is we empty some of the surges into buckets, and then them buckets through a pump feed the conifers that we had installed a couple of months ago, as you remember. So as you can see, all the systems on here. The only changes that we've made is we've come off the Superfish 5000s for these, and we've gone to the Evolution Aqua 10,000 variables on 1, 2, 3, 4 systems over there, look, as you can see. We've still got the Superfish one down there, so we've still got the Superfish one on this one, and we've still got the controller here, as you can see. So we've still got the controller, as you can see, on that one. The main reason for that is Superfish 5000s are okay on a small tank, but when you want to start flushing the tanks through, they ain't quite man enough to be able to do the 200 gallon tanks that we've got on here. What else is going on? So obviously 3-4 years ago, when we installed the waste pipe that went to the garden to feed all the garden, just to show you how well that's coming on now. As you can see, that's really coming on well now, that is. Grass, if you remember, we had all the grass done, so you can barely see the join, barely. Now obviously I don't cut this grass as regular as everybody else does. The simple reason is I'm trying to get it all to blend in as I can. But then obviously what you can see here, you know, all the plants are absolutely flourishing. You can see where the pipe dumps out, and you can see it goes into there, but it also comes into the grass. You can see how strong the grass is. So obviously you've got your pear trees, so you've got one coming on there, look. That's going to be a nice one. And then obviously we've got these. So you've got there's cherry on here, there's apple, there's pear, and again, as you can see, these are flowering out as well. These are coming on really well, so you can see the fish waste that is used, you can see it really comes on really well, 100%. Trace is in growing mode, so you can see that as well. And obviously you can see all these, and obviously you can see that's where the wastewater comes out from there. Runs down, 1.5 pipe, all the way down with holes in it. Now, obviously, we've got a greenhouse as well. So, and what we do with that is any waste any waste in any shape or form from the ponds and stuff like that in here, Tracy uses to feed the plants in here, show you the plants in here. So you can see the plants are doing well here as well. So these are all Tracy's new projects. So you can see all that. So I don't know whether you remember, but we made a modification to the pond at the top. What we did was we raised the easy pod up, and then what we did then was literally created an infinity pond. So currently I've got the Sacco stuff in here, but I'll show you that as well. So I've got all the Sacco stuff that's in here, look, but as you can see now we've created it as an infinity. So it's literally less than quarter of an inch, less than, I don't know, 5mm from the top, and you can see that's doing really well as well. You've got shunkus in there, you've got Sakois from the Grow and Show, some of the remaining ones from the Grow and Show, and obviously you've also got Asagis in there as well. Some are good, some haven't really improved. It is what it is. So we've got that in that one. Obviously that was a box for the shipment that we had coming. This one, we've turned this one into a bit of a goldfish corner. So there's goldfish in here, there's axolotis in here as well, to be fair. There's axolotl, well I think there's two or three axolotis in here, if I remember rightly. Basically from a customer that asked for them and then never come from. Show you here now. There you go. So yeah, so those are the axolotis. They come from Daza. So hopefully we are going to be going over to Daza's at some stage. So I'm just turning the air off so I can show you those. We are going to be going over to Daza's at some stage. Daza's koi farm. Go and have a look at what he's got over there. So hopefully the Black Country Boys will be going on tour over there at some stage. Just looking for feeder pod. So yeah, so we're going to go over and have a look at those and have a look over there. You can see that I ain't editing none of this. I don't edit it at all in any shape or form. Well, apart from adding text and stuff like that. Mainly because I don't know how to do it. Oh, excuse me, I do apologise. So, I'm going to show you in here. We've got some Marasai Hide series. There's only 6 in here. They're all approximately 45 cm long. It's 45 cm. There's only 6. 3 have already been sold. I'll show you those. So these are absolute crackers. These are really nice. Try and see if I can zoom out a bit more. There you go. So these are absolute crackers. These are going to be coming out again probably the end of June. Again, these are in quarantine as well. These had a treatment. What's weird is the treatments in here dissipate quicker than they do in the ones in the garage. But as you can see, I mean, these are absolutely phenomenal. These are really, really nice fish. Really nice fish. So, I'll turn the air back on then. Just have a quick look at it, make sure they're all right. Yeah, sweet as they're not. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is obviously, like I said, I've just done a quick show around because people have been asking about it. So to be honest with you, this place in the spring, summer is absolutely phenomenal. I'll just show you them. So obviously when you've got all the birds nested and everything else, it's absolutely fantastic. But it's horrible in the winter. It's a proper shithole in the winter. Well, it is what it is. So it's the nature of the beast. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get changed. Pop over to go and see our diver. He's asked me to take in the core drill over, some other bits and pieces. Thunderbird 3, so I'll take that over. Let's just sit down. And catch you in a bit. So, good afternoon. So I'm doing something different now. I'm at this camp. So, basically what we're going to do now is put 2 drill holes in there. And he's got his heater that he's putting into here. But look at this. He's like a kid in a sweetie shop, you know. So he said to me, can I lend you some bits? So I went, there you go, get on with it. So I'm going to let him make a noise.
Have it. No,
so let's watch him doing it. Come on, see him mess it up.
Don't be like that.
He's already had a line, look. He's already about
I'm hoping it's too low.
up a little bit. I see. Gone straight back in the same hole. Go on, Dave. Get it working. You know what you're doing, Dave? Your cabbage drilling and all. Catch you in a bit. So while he's doing that, you don't normally get to see me coming round and looking at somebody else's pond for him. Because obviously he's just taking the mickey all the time now. So we'll show you Dave's pond. Make a noise, Dave. Ah! So this is our Dave's pond. So obviously got all his gravelling down there. Took him about 2 years to build this. And it weren't until me and Copey and Pete turned around and said, come on, let's give you an hand, let's get it up and going. We've got another geezer here, look. The main man. That much experience, it's unreal. He's also short. So, I'll catch you in a bit. So we're about 10 minutes in there, and he's still at it. So he's give up now, look. Go on, Dave, push! Push, Dave, push! Push! How much more do you want to watch, really? So, while we're on the subject of ponds and stuff like that, so this is Dave's sleep, as you know. So, bit of bubbles on there. So all the fish in here. And he's got his nice chairs up now as well. Trouble is, every time we come out, it's raining, so look at the sky. So, while we're doing this, I'm going to show you something else as well. A couple of mishaps, or a couple of customers. So first one is, always make sure that when you're walking around, you don't trip over the line prop. So this is the first one. And the second one is always make sure that when your good lady is pouring out the washing, that you've covered up the drain. So yeah, so as you can see, accidents can happen. Actually, as you can hear, we're still drilling. Using Thunderbird 3. Now it's coming in from the other side. Guaranteed, they won't have a perfect match. Always the same. There you go. Push, Dave! Push!
I'm pushing.
Alright, mate.
And just as proof that Dave does actually clean up after he's made a mess.
Cover this with the air source.
He's with it, look, with the dustpan and brush, look, sweeping up.
All this dust, nah, just on my slabs. Look.
He'll recycle that now and mix it with water and he'll turn it into compost.
Yep.
Are you going to camp?
Because he's a tight git. Oh, that sun's lovely, isn't it? So yeah, so hope you enjoyed that video. Obviously nobody was injured during that video, but just goes to show that accidents can happen. Also I did have the permission from Lee, his good lady, to show those videos as well. But it just highlights just how, you know, we can all make mistakes. It's one of those. But it wasn't designed, so it wasn't designed from a humour side of it. It was just designed from a accidents can happen type thing. So obviously this is a bit mishmashed together. And obviously, as you can see, I'm using that tripod thing that I've been told to get using, so I'm trying to use it. So yeah, so I hope that video's been okay. So all that leaves me to say now is be good, be nice to your family. See you soon.